guess what? We have 10 Age of Aurelus packs to be opened today. Beautiful Aurelus Trino, Aurelus Zentar, and Aurelus Pyravian. The art on these packs is super cool. I'm really liking it, so why don't we get right into it? So let's switch these cardboarded packs for some plastic packs. All right, here we go. Let's see. We'll move these off to the side, and we'll pick one to start. All right, let's go. Aurelus Trino is my first one here. Let's see what we can do. For me, I personally like to start at the back. So standard pack configuration should be hex foil. So let's see what we got. Vacuum, stop all Aurelus. Not too shabby. Oh my gosh. First pack of the opening, I draw a BE. Look at that. Beautiful Magnus, the ultimate rival. Wow, that's a cool pull. So we should have a hex, we should have a special, we should have our 2 rares. So Tusk Guard, a Ventus card for 6 cost minus 800. If you've played a card that costs 5 or more this turn, you get to play this one for free. So that's a kind of a cool combo with Ventus's combination of keeping in energy. We'll start our rare pile there. Next one is a Diamond Vicerox. So the art on this one I noticed is a little different than most of the diamonds. So it looks like Diamond Vicerox is going to have a lot less diamond effect. But for 3 costs, 707 may actually be a viable diamond to play. Well, not too shabby for the little crabby dude. All right, let's get into our common core. So Anchor Strike, it's the 0 cost darkest card, -2 to an attack. Titan Phaedrus, 6 cost, 1100 B, 7 damage. Hyper Cracolius Ultra, 3 cost, 804, gets a Helix bonus of plus 400. And Hyperkillian Ultra, 4 cost, 707, on a Green Fist, gets plus 500 and plus 4, so that's pretty solid for a Green Fist darkest option. And then Titan Trino, 1107 for 6 cost for the Chaos. And then 1 Chaos action card out of the whole pack. So this is something I noticed in the pack configurations at the opening, was that they do not have a lot of action cards in it. There's a lot of evolutions, but action cards are limited, just like the Resurgence set felt like. So 3 cost, Instant Vortex, cute little Cubbo sucking down the Mantanoid. Aurelus Power, if you have an Aurelus Bakugan on your team, draw a card for 3 cost plus 400. So basically it's a B booster with a draw option if you got the Aurelus combination going, so not bad. So let's see, we got our first BE of the pulls, so it's pretty good. I'm kicking off things with a good start. So let's see, pack number 2. All right, again, I start backwards because I'm a collector. So let's see what I got. Your diamond, look at that, Hypersyndius match. So Hypersyndius Hex version, 3 cost, 410, with a Magic Shield bonus of 7, so you can get up to 17 damage on a Magic Shield with this guy. That's pretty good for a 3 cost, I like that one. Let's see what we got for our special. How about a super rare Hypercloptor Ultra, 3 cost, 804. When you play a Darkus or Ventus card, this card gets plus 200B, so it's starting to align some factions with game tech, so that's pretty interesting there. Alright, so we should get into our 2 rares now. Hyper Nobilius Ultra, 3 cost, 707 for 5. Underdog option. When this opens, if it has lower B than your opposing Bakugan, plus 5 Frost. So that's pretty standard Frost condition, or blue likes their frosty stuff. So next rare, Hyper Pyravian Ultra for 1 cost. This one's pretty good for a 1 cost. It bumps you up 200 B, 2 damage for a 1 cost. And if it's the only open, you get plus 3 Frost. Not bad for a cheap option for Pyravian. since it does come with the double magic shield. Pretty decent. Let's go into now our common cores. So Phoenix Fire. This was probably one of my favorite cards in the pre-release. For 3 cost, Battle Mastery, choose one. You get 3 Frost or Double Strike. So that's pretty solid. I love the art too. That's the cover art that was used in the packs as well. The Phoenix Fire, so Pyravian just getting it done. Looks great. Next card is a Darkest card. It's a Mind Wipe. So Kloptor is wiping Gorthion's mind. Beautiful art. 2 cost, -3 damage. And then it tags on the Aurelus power condition of, if you have an Aurelus Bakugan on your team, choose a player to discard a card. So 2 cost, you get a discard option and a -3. Pretty good. Another Darkest card, Might of Darkness. 3 cost, +500 and +2. So for 3 costs, you're getting a 502. That's pretty solid, and the artwork is amazing. I love just the flying swords and daggers artwork. Next one is going to be Hyper Dragonoid Ultra. 3 cost, 905. I saw a lot of these guys in the polls yesterday. Pretty solid. Dragonoid's looking cool in the green colors. Another one we saw a lot of yesterday, Titan Phaedrus, and he was part of the winning deck for the pre-release yesterday. So 4 cost, 1000 B5, and you get that Shadow Strike. Next common, last one of the pack, Hypercindius, matches our Hex we just pulled. 3 cost, 410, and then the +7 on a Magic Shield. Not too bad for that pack. Not too bad. All right, pack number 3. Let's see what we can do. Let's see how many elites we can pull out of these packs. I have a feeling the elite distribution might be a little better in Age of Aurelus. All right, first card should be our Hex card. So, ooh, how about a Hypergorean Hex? This is a rare card. So for 4 cost, 708, underdog when this opens. If it has a lower B than opposing Bakugan, you may play Maximus Gorean for Ultra for free. So that's kind of cool. Hyper condition to evolve itself. It looks pretty good. That's a nice foiling too. I really like that card. All right, let's on to our special card. Let's see what we get here. Ooh, how about a super rare Fade, the Titan Fade Ninja Ventus version. So 4 cost, 908. But he has the turbo effect if you have the most energy cards. This card gains +500 B and Shadow Strike. So Fade Ninjas should have a Shadow Strike always, because he's a ninja. Alright, our 2 rare options would be Darkest Hyper Trino for 3 cost, 606, and does have the Aurelus power. So this is definitely looking to team up with the theme of the set, is going with adding some Aurelus into the teams. So Bakugan, if you have a Aurelus Bakugan on your team, you may choose a player to discard a card. So it works hand destruction, or if you're trying to get stuff out of your hand. All right, next rare slot, Hyper Traconus Ultra. This one is pretty cool. I'm looking forward to the Elephant Dude. So 2 cost Evos are always favorable. We'll see how much of a bump it is from his character card, but 705. And the Victor condition, you may discard a flip card, and if you do, you give yourself a +5. So flip cards now in Darkest may not just be auto energy. If you know you have a couple of these guys waiting, you can bump them up to a 710 on a 2 cost Evos. Kind of cool. It's a little bit of a condition. I'm not sure I would be keeping flips in my hand just to have this effect, but possibly if I drew them at the same time, I would know I could make that happen, so it'd be pretty interesting. All right, so now we should be going into our core slots. Ventus Hyper Cubbo, 2 costs for the little cute bear, 600 B, 7 damage. Pretty standard 2 cost. Lava Spray, this one's pretty cool. 1 damage, +2, so it's not as good as Fireball, which is the 1 damage +3. However, you do have the Aurelus power. If you have an Aurelus Bakugan on your team, +4. So instead of Fireball, 1 cost +3, you can play Lava Spray, 1 cost +4, if you know you're constructing your team with Aurelus Bakugan. Ventus Web Whip. So this is a 2-cost flip card that will stop Aurelus, Darkus, or Pyrus. So 2 costs for 3 options. It's decent. Raging Sea. It's a Aquas action card, 4 cost. Great pirate. Why can't I not think of this guy? Phaedrus. Aquas Phaedrus artwork on there coming out of the ocean, that like that. So 4 cost plus 5. It's a little under par there, but you do have an Aurelus power. If you have an Aurelus Bakugan on your team, this costs 2 less. So 2 for 5 is much better than 4 for 5. So I don't think you'd be playing it unless you have the Aurelus Bakugan on your team, personally. Another Might of Darkness. We saw this one. Pretty nice common. Good B boost. And then Ventus Body Slam, we saw these. This one in the first place deck yesterday. One, if you're like any kind of wrestling fan, nothing beats Trox flying into a Body Slam over Maxitor, so that's pretty sweet. But 4 cost for minus 900 definitely could be battle changing. So that's pretty decent deck. We got the Hypergorean Hex. I like that one. All right. Next pack. Let's go with another Pyravian pack here. Let's see what we can do. All right. First card will be our Hex. So Hex is Hyper Phaedrus. 3 cost. This is a common. 806. Nice looking Hex there. And our special card will be a awesome rare. Hyper Vicerox Ultra. 3 cost. 705. If you play cards from 3 different factions in the same turn, this gets plus 300 and plus 3 damage. Victor, if you may draw 3 cards. So the Victor condition and the bonus is nice, but I'm not sure how often you're going to be able to pull off 3 from 1. You'd really have to gear up for that. So I'm not sure that benefit is a huge thing. Next rare, Sinkhole. So this is pretty sweet. 4 cost, negate a hero or action card. So playing some blue control, which is pretty standard for blue stuff in most games, and Bakugan followed the lead on that. Flip card, Hidden Treasure, 1 cost, stops Aurelus, and if you do, you may draw 2 cards. That's very conditional. Again, it's another 1 cost. Just filling in the flip gap, 1 cost for 1 faction. Rare. Common core now, Wreathed in Flames. That's a 2 cost for plus 5. This one is cool, not only from a card, so you're over par on your boost, but you're definitely looking at some amazing art right there. So just Syndius Wreathed in Flames as he's going into attack. That's really sweet. I like that card a lot. Wildfire, 3 cost plus 400 B, so getting red some B boost. I like that one. This one actually hit me in the game yesterday and kind of got me. 3 cost for 400, which so pretty sweet. But if you have an Aurelus on your team, plus 800. So again, you're using these cards if you're purposely building with an Aurelus on your team. So 3 cost for 800 is pretty nice. All right. Next common, Titan Syndius, 4 cost, 907, no effect, but some beautiful artwork on Syndius there. I like that. All right, another Lava Spray. So we've already seen that one. And then here we go. How about Hyper Nilius Ultra, the Evo for the Pyrus version? So 3 cost, 604, and with the Helix, it's plus 400 and double strike. So this guy's pretty nasty. A little low on the B, but there's options for that. If you land on your Helix, you're basically at 1,004 with double damage. So theoretically, you're at 1,008. Not too shabby. All right, and Ventus Web Whip. We saw this one already. Another flip. So okay, not too bad on that pack. Still thinking the first one out of the gate with the Magnus might have been the winner so far. Next one. See what we can do here. right, first card will be our Hex. So Hex is a Might of Darkness with Hex version. So again, that plus 100 for 3 cost, plus 500 plus 2. Special card will be, how about a Sonic Chain? This one's pretty sweet. 5 cost, destroy an Evo. So it's kind of hard. Wayne does a little better than this, I think, but you get to draw a card. So is drawing a card worth 3 cost? I'm a little torn on this one. I'm not sure this one's worth your money, but super rare, so we'll put it in the super rare pile. Might be just one for the binder. All right, this should be our rare slot. Another Sinkhole. So negate a hero. Blue Control. Next one should be Ninja Gear. There we go. Everyone's talking about this one. So get yourself a big hitter on your team, and 0 cost, retract one of them, and you can kind of keep the big hitter rolling in your team. So that one's pretty sweet, especially for a 0 cost. All right, common slots. Titan Vicerox Ultra in the Chaos version, 5 cost 904 with Frost. Next one, Hypergortheon Common, 3 cost 808. Hyperphadrus, this is a 1 cost 505, and if you land on a red fist, it's plus 300. So this one's pretty solid, in my opinion, for a 1 cost. Evo, 505, and get you the plus 300 bonus, and that's pretty good. Hyper Dragonoid Ultra, again, we've seen him. It looks sexy in green. Titan Phaedrus Ultra, saw this one again, and Hyper Syndius. Now see, again, look at this. 1 Hex and 1 regular action card out of the set. Oh, I'm sorry, we got 2 out of the rares, but all the commons were evolutions. So definitely something, if you're playing in the pre-release, I'm sure you felt when you opened your packs. Not too many guys were able to switch out a full color out of their starter pack with what they drew, just because of the pack layout. All right, so next pack, first card will be our Hex. So our Hex is a Hypercubo. There we go. Cute little guy. 2 cost 607, no flavor on the text. Okay, special card. Here we go. There we go. Green Sight. The 2 cost, recharge up to 4 energy cards, and you may draw a card. So it doesn't stop any attacks, but it gives you an interesting timing on some 4 energy cards. Now, remember, after damage, after the damage is dealt, you do have a window to play some cards in your end step. So you could possibly recharge. So it's going to cost you 2. So basically, it costs 2 and recharge 4. So you basically are recharging 2, and you can draw a card. So could allow you to play like a 4-cost evolution before your turn starts, and then you get all that energy back potentially. So super rare there. All right, should be our 2 rare slots now. So rare slot, Hyper Webum Ultra, 3 cost 508. And if you have an Aurelus Bakugan on your team, this gains Shadow Strike. So I think Hyper Webum in the darkest version is definitely going to see some gameplay. Next card should be our rare slot, Thunderstorm. 1 cost, plus 200B, and you may discard a card to reroll a Bakugan. So it's an optional reroll. Again, I can't think, you know, blue has Dark Water plus 200 for an auto reroll for 1, so to have to pay to make that happen, kind of not equal in the darkest version. But sacrifice opens up some discard options for some other game mechanics. Core slots now, Titan Zentaur, 4 cost, 412. These guys, I love the art of these. I just love the design, like just Warrior Zentaur with this gigantic anime-esque weapon that he's carrying. I'm pretty cool. I like these. I definitely like the artwork on the Zentaur cards. But 4 cost 412. I'm assuming it's kind of like a Chaos Max Tour where he's probably really low B but really high damage. So I tend not to play those guys, but I know a couple people do in our local scene. but 412. It's a decent split. Next common, Darkest Blast. This is a cool card, cool art. 6 cost plus 1200 B. It's a big B boost. It's one less or one more than the Aquas 1200 B boost that I really rarely see playing. I only saw it play yesterday because it was in the starter box. I'm afraid this card probably is not going to be seeing a lot of play, unfortunately. It's just right. It's right on par. It's really expensive. There's other things you can do with your card slots. Next common, again, Anchor Strike. Saw that one. Instant Vortex. Saw that one already. Titan Vicerox Ultra. We saw that one already as well. And last card of the deck is a Hypergortheon. So we've seen that one already too. All right, let's get into next one. We got 4 packs left here, so we're getting down to it. Can we pull another Bakugan Elite? Let's see. We pulled a Magnus, so can we pull a Hypernilius Ultra? That would be the mate, and it'd be pretty cool. All right, here we go. First card should be our Hex. Ooh, very nice. How about a Chaos Maximus? 6 cost, draw a card. You may discard a card for 20 damage. So Pyrus has Boom that does 20 damage for 6 without a discard. But you discard a card after you draw, so you get your replenished. You get your sacrifice replenished in your hand for the plus 20 bonus. So not bad, not bad. I like the hex on that though. It looks cool. He's like in lightning. All right, this should be our special card. A Maximus Gorine Ultra, 10 for 1612, and he piggybacks off the Hyper. So that's pretty sweet. I'm glad we got that matchup. Next card will be our rare slot, Hyper Nobilius Ultra. We've seen him already. Hyper Vicerox, 2 cost 606, and gets a bonus on both Magic Shield, or sorry, gets 2 bonuses on the Magic Shield, +4 and plus the Shadow Strike, so it's pretty good. All right, common slots now. Liquid Darts. I thought this was maybe a misprint, but I think that's just what they intended, just to have Liquid Darts. 3 cost +400, and if you have an Aurelus Bakugan, this costs 2 less. Again, these cards aren't being played unless you have an Aurelus on your team, so really this is 1 cost for +400, which is a pretty solid deal. Okay, let's go into the common core. So next card is Liquid Darts. Liquid Darts I thought was a misprint, but it's really just the name design. So 3 cost Liquid Darts, 3 cost for +400, or with a Aurelus Bakugan, or Aurelus Power, if you have an Aurelus Bakugan on your team, this costs 2 less to play. So again, all of these cards are really not ever going to put into your deck unless you have an Aurelus Bakugan on your team. So in this case, we really have to look at it as a 1 cost +400 B booster, which is pretty solid for the Aquas team. Hydro Barrage, 3 cost, draw a card. Flow, if you have played another card, +500. That might be a little expensive, but 3 for 500, and you get another card in your hand, so it replenishes itself in your hand size. Next card, Aqua's Breath, 3 cost +200, and you draw 2 cards. Pretty sweet. I really like the art on this. So Fade Ninja is just chilling into a fog mist that he creates. So I mean, again, a ninja coming out of the fog is pretty slick. Next card, Aqua's Blast. It's a 6 cost +9 damage boost. So getting Aqua some damage boost, but at a pretty high cost. I'm not sure that one's going to see a ton of play. Body Breaker, we've seen this one back when it was released with the Pyravian. But 2 cost, Battle Mastery, choose +300 or +4. So you can, it's a situational card, which I'm a big fan of this, because sometimes you'll have a B booster in your hand and they miss the roll, so you really wanted a damage card in your hand. So cards like this with options, I definitely have a real place in the game, so I'm interested in that card. And last one for this pack, Titan Vicerox Ultra, 5 cost 906 evolution. All right, 3 more to go. Let's see what we can do with the rest of these packs. I'm hoping for at least one more elite here out of 10 packs. So first card will be our Hex. There we go, Hyper Weapon Ultra. We saw him earlier. He looked really good in the Hex foil version. So it looks really cool. Alright. And our special card will be, hey, there we go, little Danny boy, Dan Kuzo. This card I think is going to make a huge impact on the meta and probably will be in a lot of Pyrus decks. 5 cost, all energy cards make 2 instead of 1, so you're just getting a lot of value out of your energy cards, so you're definitely getting some acceleration. It is at a 5 cost, but we have a lot of ways to get things out cheaper in the game, especially in Pyrus with things like Song of Fire, and you can get him out on turn 3, and then from there you just are accelerating all of your energy and overwhelming. Alright, this should be our rare slots now. So D shows back up again. I think her art is super cool as a battle brawler here. 2 cost, she's sticking with her theme of frost. So the old D was 4 cost and I think 4 frost or 2 frost, or I think it was maybe even 1 frost. In this case, this is a little more conditional, and I'm not sure it's very applicable. Chaos is definitely focusing on a lot of hero play. I do think with things like Dankuzo and the new Magnus, I think heroes are going to make more of a presence in the decks. But if you have 3 or more heroes in play, this is +2 frost to all your Bakugan for 2 cost. I can play the 4 cost D for 1 frost to all my Bakugan, and I have no conditional hero need. So this one might be a little too conditional. We'll see how it works out in playtesting. Alright, next rare slot. The Darkest Hyper Kubo, 2 cost 408 with the Underdog condition, and the Underdog condition will give you a opponent must discard a card. So a little more black hand control. Alright, our common core now, Hyper Phaedrus, 34806. We've seen this guy in Hex. Titan Vicerox Ultra, Hyper Gortheon, Hyper Phaedrus, Instant Vortex, and Chaos Suplex. So man, they're going with the wrestling theme here. I think we've all seen that episode where they do the wrestling match. But 6 cost +7. And now what's kind of interesting here is again, it becomes cheaper. So if you've played a card that costs 5 or more this turn, you may play this for free. So drops the cost down to nothing, but again with a pretty big conditional statement on there. So super cool art. Chaos or Gortheon doing a suplex move on a Fade Ninja, I think that is. So super cool art. It'll be interesting to see how much it actually gets played for that. All right, 2 more to go. 2 elites so far. Can we pull a third? So we shall see. Alright guys, back. Sorry, a little battery problem there. A little changeover. So second to last pack. Ripped open, and here we go. So first slot should be our Hex. Oh, very cool. 4 cost Chaos Drum Wave action card. Cool gorilla pose from Gortheon there. Typical Chaos fashion, attach a Baku core from the field to an open Baku core. Domination, if your Bakugan are holding the most Baku cores, that Bakugan gets +3 Frost Strike. So pretty cool there. Alright, our special slot should be... oh, cool. How about a super rare Fire Wing Blast? Everyone saw this one on the net, so pretty cool. 1 cost, +1 damage. However, if you're in Fury, +15 damage. So that one's pretty slick. Lots of talk and lots of chatter about that one for sure. Okay, our 2 rare slots. Another Ninja Gear, so 0 cost, retract 1 of your Bakugan. And again, another Sinkhole, so that makes looks like 3 Sinkholes for us. Negate a hero or action card for 4 cost. Then we can get into our cores, or our commons, I mean. Titan Vicerox Ultra, Hypergortheon, Hyperphadrus, Heat. This is a new one we haven't seen yet. So common Heat for 1 cost plus 200B. Really cool Pandox on fire picture there. He looks pissed. So that's pretty cool. Little B booster for Pyrus, never hurts. And another Ventus Hyper Dragonoid Ultra. We've seen him a couple times. And then Titan Phaedrus Ultra. We've seen him a couple times now. All right, here we go. Last pack. We've seen 2 Bakugan Elites. Can we draw a 3rd out of 10 packs here? So let's see. These were randomized from a booster box, so they aren't just 10 out of the same booster box. So let me see what we can do in our 10th pack here. Alright, first slot should be our Hex. So let's see what we get in our Hex pull. Ooh, Avalanche, have not seen that card yet. So an Aurelus, 2 cost, plus 200B. If you've played a card from 3 different factions this turn, plus 800B instead. So probably hard to get the condition down, but pretty cool looking card. All right, here we go. Did we draw another Bakugan Elite? Let's see here. No, we did not. We got a super rare again, a 2 cost Hyper Vicerox, 300B with 9 damage, and if you have Fury, plus 1000B. So not too bad. Pretty cool art with Vicerox chopping up some cables there. All right, now we should go into our 2 rare slots. Hyper Webum Ultra, again, we've seen him already, so that's pretty sweet. And then the rare Thunderstorm again, the 1 cost 200B, we've seen that. And then last pack, our 6 commons. Ventus Body Slam, Darkest Blast, Titan Phaedrus Ultra, Hyper Syndius, Anchor Strike, and Instant Vortex again. All right, there you go, guys. 10 packs, 2 Bakugan Elites, 1 awesome rare. Looks like we are all set. So thank you guys, and thanks for tuning in.